Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are building Wolverine from Blokees. And if you missed my Deadpool video, I should have a link to it. Or go back to my main page and you'll be able to see the latest or past videos of Deadpool. But pretty much what I'm gonna say here is similar to what I said with the Deadpool video, so it's not that much to say here. And once again, this piece here, make sure it's on the correct side. That two double lines there should be facing outward. And like I said in my Deadpool video, this is very good quality. I mean, I love the stiffness of the plastic. It seems like it's very hard plastic. It's not gonna break easily. And also the texture. There's a lot of texture to this model, or these models from Blokees. I mean, you could actually feel the texture. So it's not just painted on or something. And the plastic's extremely hard. So it's nice and durable. It won't break easily. And this Wolverine face actually comes in two different types here. This one is the closed mouth, and the other one is the one with the teeth showing. Okay, this is the one with the teeth showing. And I actually chose to go with this one instead, so I kind of like this. Because Wolverine, as you know, he's always looking kind of mean and grunting. His teeth showing. And this Wolverine model kit's part of the Blokees Deadpool and Wolverine, Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine set. I mean, they don't come in a set, but you have to buy them separately. But it's called Deadpool and Wolverine, Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine Championship class, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, it's called Champion Class. Marvel, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's fairly simple to assemble. There might be a few pieces here and there that might be a little confusing. It's not too bad. And usually it won't fit if you place it incorrectly. Usually, not always. There's certain parts in this model that you could definitely put it in the wrong place. And one of that would be the crotch part, the attachment to the hip and the legs. believe this model kit was from the Deadpool Wolverine movie. That seems to be the where they get the look from. It's from the movie. Now this is the shoulder, and that's the shoulder pads. And I actually placed this upside down, so the yellow part should be on the bottom, not on the top. But you'll see later on that I fixed it. But here I didn't even notice it until I built the second arm, or the second shoulder. I mean the other shoulder, not the. This is the second shoulder. So this is the shoulder without the arm pads. So if you didn't want the arm pads there, or the shoulder pads, I mean, so you can place this instead. But I kind of like the look of the shoulder pads. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of excited to see Avengers Doomsday and the introduction of the X-Men. I'm a huge fan of the X-Men. And I'm not sure if they're gonna introduce a new Wolverine, since Hugh Jackman's getting kind of old there. I don't know how much longer he could play Wolverine. I believe he's in his 60s now. I mean, if they keep going for another 10-20 years, he's probably have to retire soon. I don't think he can keep going for another 10-20 years. Yeah, maybe get Henry Cavill to play as Wolverine. I know he's not exactly the type there, because he's kind of tall and big. Wolverine is supposed to be short and stout. But then again, Hugh Jackman wasn't exactly the Wolverine type, but he played it so well, and that's what's important. That's a very tiny piece there. I kind of had a hard time trying to hold it at first. And I don't think it really matters if it's upside down or not, because I didn't really even look. I just placed it in there and it went in, and it looks fine. Now this piece here, I got the wrong piece. It's not supposed to be this piece. It's supposed to be a smaller piece. I was trying to shove it in there and it wouldn't go in. I had to think for a while there. And here's the correct piece. And this piece actually bends, so it allows some movements of course I was gonna go with the claw, but I had the wrong hand. I think I had the right hand instead of the left hand. I couldn't fit it in there. Okay, here's the correct one. Yeah, this is the left hand, or the left fist. So you see, you can't really make a mistake. It won't allow you to. If you have the wrong hands, it won't fit. The claws won't fit. I love the muscles in his arm there. There's some details there. Got some veins and muscles popping out. And like I said, those shoulder pads are upside down. Now we're doing the right arm. Now, for some reason, the Wolverine model kit seems a bit stiffer than the Deadpool one. Because with Deadpool, I didn't have a whole lot of issues moving his joints around, like the arms and the hips and the legs and whatnot. But for Wolverine, it seemed a bit more stiff. I kind of struggled a bit trying to pose him, and a few times the arms and legs actually popped out. Yeah, everything was like really tight, I believe. Or maybe I didn't flex it enough, like move it enough before I joined them together. Because I did that with Deadpool, but I didn't do it as much with Wolverine. So everything was kind of stiff. And the joints kind of popped out. And here I finally figured out that the yellow part's supposed to be on the bottom. Just noticed it on the manual, the instruction manual. I had to go back and change it on the other arm. There you go. As you can see, I didn't move those joints at all. That's why it was kind of stiff once I assembled them. Yeah, when you're building these model kits, you need to move the joints around a bit, kind of loosen it up a bit, because once you assemble them, it becomes difficult to move them. And when it's in smaller pieces like this, you can keep moving it back and forth in the maximum range, like all the way to the left, all the way to the right. But once you assemble them, it's more difficult to move it all the way to the right and all the way to the left. So it gets a little stiff. Most of the build here, I didn't even really look at the manual too much. Well, mostly because I've already looked at it with the Deadpool one. It's very similar. They're all similar. The way it's assembled. I guess it's kind of like the Gundam models. After you built a couple of them, you kind of know how it fits, and you don't look at the manual as much. But you still do need the manual to tell you which parts to assemble, so you can take them out of the runner correctly, get the correct piece out of the runner. The details on those claws, the hands and the claws are really amazing. Really love the way they did that. A lot of attention to detail. Here I've flexed it a little bit, but not a lot. And we have a finished 2 hands and arms. Kind of a quick build. It's not really that many parts. And I like the way these are joined together, the way the arm attached to the shoulder. Yeah, it actually took me a while to figure out. Even though I did one already with Deadpool, I still got a little bit confused here with Wolverine. Yeah, that tends to happen with me. It's like I'll build the right arm, but then I forget how to build the left arm, even though it's the same exact stuff. And I hope the color comes out properly on your end, because as I'm editing this, the yellow looks kind of greenish neon for some reason. But when I render them out, it looks yellow. It's kind of weird. That's why I don't really do a whole lot of color correction, because on my monitor here it looks greenish yellow. but when I render them out, it looks fine. Looks like yellow for Wolverine yellow. Oh, and that's a reminder there to please like and subscribe. That really motivates me to keep making these videos. And if you're still watching, then you should be liking and subscribing. And I thank you for that. Got a little confused here which piece I should use first. Yeah, I felt like this one was the piece I should be using. And it's like it was upside down there. Yeah, I had to use my best judgment there. Couldn't really rely on the manual. After I assembled it, I still wasn't sure if I put it the right way, the correct way. I had to look at it a couple of times here just to make sure. And this is the most difficult part here, is the crotch. Now this part you can actually mess up. So much like the Deadpool one, make sure the flat part, the circular flat part goes on the inside, and the one with the little divot comes on the outside. That's important. As you can see here, the flat part goes inside. And because they're kind of tiny, it's a little bit difficult to push them in there. Especially this piece here. Because that little part sticking out on the other side, it's hard to push them in. And my fingers were hurting a little bit. I had to use one of those tweezers that I bought recently to clamp it together. My fingers were hurting. As you can see here, I had to use a tweezer. And as I've mentioned in other videos, these tweezers come in handy. I highly recommend it. Just make sure you get the one that's smooth, has a smooth inside, and not with the little teeth inside, because that'll damage the model. They're more like clamps than tweezers, but yeah. Because actual tweezers don't really grab anything, don't have a whole lot of power, but those clamps, they're like clamps. See, they just clamp down. And I damaged here a little bit. I scratched it, but that's okay, because it's on the inside, you can't see it. So just be careful when using it. If you might scratch it like what I just did. But as you can see, you won't be able to see it since it's on the inside. actually in a quick build here. We're almost done already. Doesn't take that long to build these models. It did take some pressure to push them in. Get a nice tight seal there. You got the right leg. Now this might be difficult to notice, but there's a small side and a big side. See in the bottom part's the big side, that right, and how I put it on top, so that the big part should be on top, as you can see. I believe the hole is actually smaller on that big side, and on the bottom, the little side, the hole's bigger. So I don't think you could place it in incorrectly. There's only one way in, one way that you could actually get it in there. Just make sure it's facing the correct way. And I don't think it would fit correctly if it wasn't facing the correct way. So you don't have to worry too much about that. And those boots there, they have some really good texture to it. You can actually feel the texture. So it's not just painted on. And the entire model pretty much has texture to it. Even the parts that are yellow has some texture to it, especially on the outside. I mean, like the visible part. Now this is the only part where there are issues with both Deadpool and Wolverine. After I assemble this piece and try to place them with the hip joints, this piece here tends to come apart. See this left and right hemisphere here? It kind of comes apart, and I actually had to use a tweezer to push them back together again. That seems to be the only issue with these model kits. These Marvel model kits from Blokees. But other than that, everything's fine. So maybe in future iterations, they'll make it a little bit better so it doesn't fall apart or come apart so easily. Yeah, that would be my only complaint. And if they're watching, maybe they can fix that in the future. Yeah, I know sometimes I just throw stuff on the table there. Yeah, this piece here kind of comes apart when you move it around too much on the hip with on the crotch part. And as you can see, I didn't move it around as much as the Deadpool one, so it's a bit stiff. I didn't move the knee. Now we're doing the left leg. Maybe the holes on that one are the same size now that I look at it. But yeah, the thicker part, the bigger part is on top, and the smaller part is on the bottom. I didn't even look to see if I was putting it in the right way or not. And I wasn't looking at the manual, the instruction manual. I just did it by eye. Same thing with this, I just did it by eye. I didn't really look at the instruction manual. Seemed to go in, so I just placed it in there. I do that from time to time, and then when I mess up, I'll have to take it apart. Same with these. I just placed them, didn't really think about it, but it seems to fit just like that. It lines up, the top part lines up, so we're good. So you might have heard the sound of the back of that plastic. Pretty hard plastic. Once again, these are the only problem child of the whole model kit. I actually thought about just gluing them together so they don't come apart. But then the glue would just make it look kind of ugly, and also it might not move as well if the glue gets onto the inner part where the joints attach. And the soles of these feet, they're not rubbery like the one I did with the Star Wars Death Troopers. They're just plasticky, which is fine by me. It looks pretty good though. It's got a lot of texture down there. I honestly thought they would put the name Wolverine on the bottom. Maybe that's just me. I guess they can't really do that unless they're being paid to do it. So no, there is no Wolverine name on the bottom of the boots. That kneecap thing, there's only one way in there, so you don't have to worry. There's like a little notch at the top, so just match up with the other parts. Okay, so here I'm at least moving around a little bit, but that hip joint I didn't, the crotch part, so it was a little stiff, like really stiff. Alright, and we're come to the final stage here. We're almost done. That was quick. And I really love building this one. Just like a lot of the Blokees stuff, it's fun to build. Here, this part here is a little stiff, as you can see. Yeah, see, really stiff. And it's already coming apart a bit, if you haven't noticed on the right side. Yeah, I just noticed it myself. I like the way they designed it. It's like separate pieces like that. It's actually very helpful when you need to do multiple poses. Oh, we got the neck part. There you go. And this time I put it in the head first, unlike the Deadpool one, because I had a hard time with the Deadpool one, because I placed it in the neck, in the shoulder part, upper body part. But here I placed it in the head first. Actually made it easier to assemble, as you can see. And that's it. We're done. Looks great. And the posability is also great. Like I said, it was just a little stiff, especially at the hip there, because I didn't move them around that much before I put them in there. And I hope you guys like it. I really love this model. Highly recommend it. And I might get more, like the Captain America one and Iron Man. Alright, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.